So 580-301. This says, and it's important to know because they're going to reference it later on in the section, but it says that a petitioner can actually file a petition either in the responding tribunal directly or in their home state or foreign country, and New York will act as a responding tribunal. So the petitioner can file in their home state or home country, which would make their home state or home country the initiating tribunal, and then New York would act as a responding tribunal. So generally, the way that New York will act as the responding tribunal is that the petitioner will be in another state or foreign country, and they will file a pleading directly in their version of family court in their own state. And then they will get Okay, so they file it in their home state. But the obligor is here in New York. His property's here in New York. Maybe his employer or income payer is here in New York. So how are they going to attach assets in New York? And the way that it gets done is that New York will act as the responding tribunal. I just realized I skipped something. So the other thing that you have to know is that New York can also act as an initiating tribunal. So when New York's acting as an initiating tribunal, I'm just going to use examples because maybe that'll help me wrap my brain around this completely. So I live here in New York, right? Oh, I know exactly what story I can use too. And let's say that some asshole living in LaGrande, Oregon owes me money, but I don't want to go to LaGrande, Oregon and be going to the military and be give me his money. So this is basically how this act works, right? So let's say I used to be with this guy from LaGrande, Oregon, and then he turned out to be a massive asshole and piece of shit. So we're not together anymore, but I had kids with him and he owes me money, or I want to get support from him for my kids that I had with this guy. So I don't want to go back to LaGrande, Oregon and try to find him and his assets and shit. So I simply just go to the New York Family Court and I file a petition in New York Family Court. And because Oregon is not a foreign country, it's a state in the United States, New York can act as an initiating tribunal for me. So I file my petition, and then New York acts as an initiating tribunal and will take my petition and my papers or whatever, and they send them to the court in Oregon, or what family court in Oregon, whatever they call it there. So that Oregon can actually go after him, attach his assets, and Oregon in this scenario is the responding tribunal. So this only works because Oregon is under the jurisdiction of the U.S. New York will only act as an initiating tribunal if the responding tribunal would be under the jurisdiction of the United States. So that's why it works. But for whatever reason, they only will act as an initiating tribunal when the responding state is a U.S. state or territory or something. But, however, as you'll see when I give the next example, New York will act as a responding tribunal for a foreign country.